Okay, hello and welcome. I'm here with Dora Toma, who is a functional medicine health coach. And honestly, we spent a couple of minutes here before we even started the interview, and I was like, what is a functional medicine health coach? So, why don't you introduce yourself and what you do so we understand your specialty, and I know you specialize in fertility and pregnancy postpartum. So tell us what it is that you do and how you actually help people get pregnant or during pregnancy or postpartum.
Of course, and definitely I hear a lot of people asking me, well, what is functional? Functional what? And just to give you an idea and understanding of what my title means, well, functional medicine, it is a real medicine that is looking at and addressing the root cause of any type of diseases or conditions and views the body as a whole. And it also has the model in the functional medicine is individualized. They are client-centered. So it's not a template and one size fits all type of protocol or treatment or medication. It's individualized. Everybody is different, and it's science-based, which is awesome because a lot of people think that it's just type of woo-woo kind of thing, but it is science-based. So we do have a lot of things in the back, and basically empowers the patient and the practitioner to work together and address the underlying cause in order, to promote optimal well-being. Right. And when it comes to a functional medicine health coach, as a health coach, I am also promoting this type of wellness and this type of approach, client-centered, but I offer them accountability. I offer them education. I offer them all sorts of information in order to achieve the health that they are looking for. And basically, I'm holding their hand, and I'm not the one telling them what to do. It's more of understanding where the client is and what they are willing to change in the beginning, so we can find and we can look at their ways and steps to achieve that. Because right. The main goal for anybody is in their health journey is to make some changes and to be forever and don't right. have to bounce back. And we know very well in this society, the biggest example is with weight loss. Everybody wants to lose weight. They started a routine, a diet, or a workout and something. And at one point, something happens and then fall back. And it never becomes right. a habit and goes back and forth, back and forth. And the idea of a health coach is it's just like a coach in sports. The coach is not gonna, throw the ball for the player. It's going to tell them what they should do in order to do that and how right. to train and so on. The same thing is in this place. And the main key areas that I work in, it's not just nutrition, because a lot of people think that health coach is only nutrition, but it's definitely one of the pillars, optimal nutrition, but also we discuss stress management, movement, exposure to environmental toxins, and also sleep and how to achieve optimal sleep. These are also the pillars of health in functional medicine, because again, I am I'm the spokesperson in this field. So we do discuss and address each factor and look at each one of them, see which ones are, sorry about the noise, if it's the background.
I love it.
My little baby.
You have a 2-month-old. I mean, I think it's wonderful that your baby is making noise. It's appropriate because, I mean, you just had a baby. So did you use any of your methods? Obviously, I'm sure you did. But what did you do? Did you eat different? Did you work out less, more? How did you accommodate yourself, during pregnancy and now in postpartum? Is that something that you teach your clients as well?
Yes, absolutely. And I was excited that I was able to practice what I preach. And
Right.
obviously I practiced what I preach when I was before I was pregnant, pre-pregnancy, but also during pregnancy, I wanted to see what works and what doesn't. And definitely every little box I checked. And again, like I was saying before, everybody's individual and is different. So the approach for me can be different than for you or for any other person.
Right.
And honestly, from my past history, if you know, I was previously pregnant a couple of years ago, and I unfortunately lost the pregnancy, I lost a child. But back then, I had the idea, I had the mindset that I had to work out, go to the gym and lift weights, because I've always done that. I was like, oh, and I saw so many women at the gym, like fully pregnant in their last trimester and pushing and pulling, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this because I'm the same. But lo and behold, unfortunately, I was not that, and I didn't want to accept that. And that's another area where I work in this functional medicine health coaching, finding what works for each one of us, and working in that mindset part of not everybody can do flip and do huge yoga poses or stand on their head
Right.
while they're pregnant. And social media right now, it's huge, and offering these type of illusions that everybody can do everything. It's not everybody can do everything, and nobody should be the perfect perfect picture of
Right.
perfect eater or perfect athlete or anything like that. It's finding that little thing that works for that person.
Right, the individual. I agree
Mm-hmm.
100%. I feel like that's actually a great lesson, because there's so many people that think that they're going to just continue with their lifestyle exactly the same, but they don't actually take a moment to listen to their bodies, which I feel like that's in yoga. That's the biggest thing. I'm like, just listen to your body. You may be tired today and you need to step it back. Maybe you'll have more energy tomorrow, so you can go on a really nice long walk, or even if you're used to jogging, maybe a little jog. Maybe during the next 9 months, you're going to need to adjust everything and maybe return to previous activity after, or maybe you're not even going to necessarily want to. Your whole life might change, your practices might change, and it's nice to have the flexibility to accept it and recognize it and take a moment to notice. So I agree 100%. I do have a question for you. Do you have like, are there any general tips? So obviously, if people are having, because I mean, I know we can talk about it for hours. So some people
Yeah.
have difficulty getting pregnant. Some people have difficulty staying pregnant. Some people have difficulty getting enough nutrition or the right nutrition after having a baby because of lack of time. Or are there any general, like, just if you could give someone a tip, just a general tip before they come to you for more personalized, or anything that we are doing as a society, like that we could change and become a little healthier or better,
Mm-hmm.
what would be your tip?
Yeah, I could give a few tips, to
Okay.
be honest. And one would be in the scaling down when it comes to nutrition, because it's really important. Although it's not the only one important, and as I was saying, all the pillars of health, all of
Right.
them, they're the same, equally important. It's not one is better than the other. It's always, everything is in equal sizes. But when
Right.
it comes to nutrition, the most important thing is whole foods, whole, real, natural food, and not processed. And that's from packaged foods to
Right.
highly processed foods, sugar, obviously, and sugary drinks, sugary foods, and desserts, and so on. So these, and this other part will be obviously the hydrogenated oils, which are highly inflammatory.
Right.
And then another thing that a lot of people don't take too much, don't put that much importance is sleep. A lot of us take it for granted, say, oh, I have a lot of things to do, or stay late, or go out too many nights in a row, or watch TV for too long, and they don't rest enough. And sleep is so important, and especially when it comes to fertility and pregnancy, the body needs to process everything during the night. The detox of organs like the liver and the gallbladder, the kidneys, the lungs, they all need to detox and clear out everything that we have, and we have assimilated during the night and processed. So the liver is really important. To give you an idea, for example, a lot of people will say, well, what the liver has to do with pregnancy? Well, the liver actually is the one that processes hormones, and we all know hormones are really important to have balance and to be basically fertile. So if kind of like everything scales down and they all connect, and obviously again go back to nutrition, but also movement is super important. If we don't move, we don't let that lymphatic system drain, we don't let the blood flow, and now making a connection towards acupuncture and Chinese medicine, as I know a lot of women that have been dealing for a while with fertility, they've definitely passed through Chinese medicine or acupuncturist's door.
Right.
So they know a little bit about blood flow, and if we don't have blood flow in our uterus, then no embryo will stuck there. So it's really hugely important to have everything scaled down and under some sort of balance. And obviously stress is huge. And environmental exposure, I could talk about about environmental exposure like for hours, because it's another topic that I'm huge. I'm a huge fan of it, and I'm very passionate about it, because again, not a lot of people take it seriously, and most of the toxins that we are exposed to, they are endocrine disruptors, and obviously they will interfere not only with the ability to get pregnant, but also with the ability to carry a pregnancy to term, and also adding to that, the baby's development. They have been, I've seen a lot of studies that these environmental toxins linger and stay in the baby, and influences and damages the brain development, the baby's development, and increases the risk of the baby to get a lot of chronic diseases that our modern world is very used to, like diabetes and obesity and heart disease. And obviously most of them, they don't come at the beginning, but it's a high risk for later age, which is crazy. It's crazy to know that what we do before getting pregnant, or when we're pregnant, it can influence the baby and our child later on in the 30s, 40s, 50s.
Right. No, it makes sense. You're talking about like the shampoo, the products we use, the stuff we clean the house with, the air we breathe, and so on.
The perfume, the soap, the cleaning
perfumes drive me crazy. Yeah.
Tell me
it drives me crazy. Oh my God, I can't smell. I mean, I'm allergic to it as it is. I've become allergic to it, but it drives me crazy. I'm like, how do people not know? And they put these sticks all over the house and those plug-ins, and I'm like, this is crazy, and we can't even smell it anymore. Yeah. So, I mean, this is definitely very helpful, and I feel like, we need a little bit more awareness, but I agree with you that, I mean, obviously we all know that I've been eating so much sugar lately. It's crazy, the corona. But on the other hand, I know also people have stepped back. So less work, maybe less stressors that they used to have before. So there's obviously silver lining to anything and everything, good and bad to everything and anything. They get to spend a little bit more time with their family and home, but just in general, and I know I did read about how because of Corona, or thanks to Corona, I should say, even though I don't like Corona, the whole world is less polluted now because we're using a lot less cars and, a lot of the other things that, cause global warming and pollute the entire world. So even though I don't want to look at it, the positive, there is some.
I mean, the biggest polluters are actually airplanes.
Crazy.
So less airplanes in the sky,
less flights,
clear skies, to be honest, and which is, as you said, there are goods and bads. But we'll definitely learn something out of this experience at the end.
For sure. Good. So I'm glad you gave us some tips. So nutrition, so food and water, some movement to kind of clean and help flush the body and flush toxins, and be aware of the stuff that you're using or allowing around you. And so obviously, like you said, it's individualized. So people can come to you if, I know you said you're specializing in fertility. So if they cannot get pregnant is the main thing, or anybody, anytime, if they want just the health, just maintain a healthy pregnancy. I mean, is that your specialty, or anybody?
Basically anybody that wants to have a healthy pregnancy, healthy baby. And not only women that they have been struggling to get pregnant. Sometimes just improving a few little things, although these are basically the basics of any type of health improvement. And sometimes, doing all these leg work, they will help and help them achieve pregnancy and a healthy baby, obviously. But sometimes they will also need to work with a practitioner, any doctor, functional medicine doctor, or if they need to go through IVF or any type of assisted reproductive technology or any sort of that. But these are the basics, regardless of whatever route you are, or whatever, let's say, bucket you are in, like category you are. The basics they're still valid. Your body still needs all the support for to work and do all the things that it needs to do.
Right. Awesome. Yeah, and obviously it makes sense. Like good sleep, good food, good water, clean air, clean products.
Stress. It's
stress, right? Yeah. Yoga, movement. Awesome. So I will share your contact information. So if anyone wants to contact you directly, they will be able to. If they want to work, with someone holding their hands and rooting them and supporting them, that'll be really nice. You're in the Fort Lauderdale area. You work with anyone in the area, or do you also work with people around? I guess we all do virtual now, right?
I do virtual, yeah. So I work with anyone across the street to across the ocean.
Right.
So, yeah.
Perfect. Awesome. So we will share your information, and thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Go to your baby. I hear her. She's super cute, and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And I hope to
see you soon. Yes, mommy and yoga class. I have to attend one.
Come join us.
Thank you. I will.
Have a good day. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye.